Let's rock.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he spins through. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Winner. This is Mark Ingram. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a second and more.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going deep for Brown. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll run for the first time with Hill. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth. So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Now here's Ross. A A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And that's a run that will energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Dalton now to pass. He's going to fire one deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And that gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are going to take a 1st quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bullock out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. This time Jackson will throw it. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for the Bengals. And even 40 yards. Dalton, 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And some room to maneuver. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play. They'll run here with Bernard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. Now Dalton, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. The penalty certainly makes things tougher here as they try again. 3rd and goal. Now a carry for Bernard. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not up.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, 10, 5, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off near the 44. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Jackson now escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down, Hill. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time.
And they finally catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there. Carlos Dunlap able to finally wrestle him down for a huge loss, and that'll take us to fourth down. Ross on the return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback.
A ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Now Jackson on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Let's go.
Jackson eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coaches...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tim Williams in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. That's caught. It's Malone. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a toss play to Bernard. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Willie Henry in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Dalton on 3rd and goal. Hard throw, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Ingram. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Now Jackson. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a 1st down.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30. 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. In for the score, and the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. And Dalton to throw. And that pressure gets to him again. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the sack, and now it's third and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Here's Dalton. And he's going to go down again. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Kevin Huber now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up first and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And now he'll tuck it and run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On first and 10, it's Jackson. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now second down. Here's Bernard. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Dalton. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off near his own 48. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, first and 10 at about the 32. Dalton right back on the horse after the pick six. Flush to his right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To the left side here for Eifert. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First and 10 for Dalton. Open man is Uzama. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And brought down, but not before the inside the 25. Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati first.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Passing again, Dalton on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. Able to shake him off. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for 2, but weren't really sure they should go for 2. Do we, don't we, do we, don't we? And guess what ends up happening?
5-yard penalty.
That's right. Now you probably line up and kick the extra point.
So now Dalton will lead the Bengals to the line as he'll come up and go for 2.
368.
This will be Dalton again. And it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now Jackson on first down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue landed.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Oh, now he bowls him over. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Gun, gun.
Jackson on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Detroit!
On second down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got something about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more down.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. In for the score. And the Ravens will extend their lead. A good sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. Space to maneuver at the 40. Giovanni Bernard, nothing but green grass. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Giovanni Bernard with touchdown number 20 on the year. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. Throws left side. And he's got it. They convert for 2, and that gets them even closer. Now a 2-point game. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A big play there. 58 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because
and a big loss here as he's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Dalton now to pass. Green with a catch left side. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And Green with a catch left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The quick feet, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, 37 yards. And the Ravens capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now running right through it. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. It's caught inside the 25. A big play. Dalton to his favorite receiver, Green. 44 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of the player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Sean Williams that time in on the stop. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Jordan Evans in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going.
And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. This time Jackson will throw it. Forced out to his left. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He'll buy some time right. They set up the screen to Hill. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Eluding the pressure right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, that was not quite the holy roller, partner. That was San Diego, Oakland. You might remember that in 1978, right? Kenny Stabler, forward fumble. Dave Casper falls on the end zone. Oakland beats them on the last play of the game. But that was a live football. And what a nice job he did to fall into the end zone. And yes, indeed, folks, that's a touchdown.
By the way, John Madden was coaching in that holy roller game, wasn't he?
He certainly was, and he wanted to make sure that the call went his team's way, was out on the field and was told, yes, it's a touchdown. Now get back on the sidelines.
And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Willie Henry in there afternoon.
They go 368.
It's second down. Dalton looking. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
59.
Andy Dalton. Now he's flushed out left. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one goes for 24 yards. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Dalton, 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Dalton throwing on second down. Dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Here's Dalton. Now a desperation throw. And now here is another interception. And caught up. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you still think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
awful.